Avery? It's another gyrocopter. It's another Phantom Assassin.
Oh,
is it going to be another victory for OG?
No. No.
I don't believe that you believe that.
There will be justice.
I feel like Axe is a better answer to PA than Centaur?
Yeah, Centaur doesn't do anything this hero.
I mean, they better hard win their lanes, which, you know, they didn't win their lanes last time. It does feel like they are shoring up their lanes, right? They went Undying, big lane winner. Rubik Centaur, very strong lane, iconic even.
It has to happen. They have to basically snowball this game incredibly hard. There's no way around it. If this goes ultra late and it's even, PA, even with the A, Vortexes, and Darkseer Vac Wall into support Brewmaster, who can also scale really hard by just tossing the Monkey or Gyro, taking the fight 5-on-4. Incredibly good here. So it's going to be a test for 9Pandas. On the brink of elimination, can you pull it together and get a really fast game to win off of some lane victory? Good execution is what they're looking for here in the first 10 minutes.
And perhaps the most important matchup to win in this laning phase is going to be this one right here. Kiyotaka versus BZM. Monkey King versus Ember Spirit. This matchup is not even close.
It's pretty bad. Ember still survives better than he used to, but it's completely one-sided. You also did have 3 runes going OG's way. So we're talking about the speed coming out from 9Pandas, but they lost the rune battle, which means a little extra gold into all these cores' pocket. Might be something that gets BZM to faster boots or bottle, and a lot for the boots first to try and deal with this matchup. I honestly think he might just get out of it.
Yeah, that was because Seb's old man fingers managed to out-click Ramses.
Yeah, I must have misclicked it or something.
Yeah, it
comes out on top.
Oh, look at that.
What is that, a hamster?
Yeah, he's a little fuzzy butt. Look at him go.
Oh, nice little cam there. That might be the prettiest thing we'll see all game. If this PA gets out of control again. I don't know, like, what does Centaur do versus Phantom Assassin outside of you're hoping to just demolish the lane? It's the offlaner with the highest strength gain to no armor.
Yes, literally 0 armor.
Yeah, you never get armor on this hero. You never want to have to build the armor. It just feels awful. The Vanguard is also really bad versus PA in a conceptual sense. This is a mandatory Vanguard hero, and you're not even winning the lane. You're getting beat up. Not a good sign for MieRo. You cannot stampede away from Dagger.
Yeah, I don't see it. I mean, you got Fade Bolt's damage reduction there, but even that got nerfed for the first couple levels. So
also, Centaur is generally pretty hard to play into Ember. This is a
you got Blood Grenade. Yuragi has no way out because the support went to go poles. There it is. First blood. Finally, the Centaur. They show something. They need to be able to win the lanes. They do that even after some regen. First blood is going to help them get to Ring of Health. All is forgiven now.
Honestly, that's a bad position by Yuragi. There's no way around it. He is up so far in the lane after they double waved it in and they go for the pull with Kitrak. You basically risk your entire life in giving first blood to Centaur for 1 extra CS here. It's okay, you know.
That is literally the meme of like, hey, I'm going to go pull, and the carry just...
And this is the lane you know they are playing for the kill on you. 100% they're going to take it. He had no one to even blink strike to backwards that could have saved him easily there. Very bad kill to give up, given how well they were doing on that lane. And it'll be a breath of life here for 9Pandas as they really want this Centaur to snowball. This is the hero you need to be getting these kills on lane, because you're just getting spammed down. You don't even have stick here. All these spells are free for the side of OG. And having a field day with them. A lot of regen still in the tank, and Yuragi was farming pretty well in the early wave, so he's not really behind here at all. Still a solid position to be in. Man, this spam hurts. Even with triple ring, it's not enough. Maybe borrow some from Seb, but...
It's just so obnoxious that Retaliate doesn't stop. Ancient Apparition is just like, what do I care about this Retaliate thing?
I mean, Retaliate's not a spell.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's like a remnant of a spell.
Well, it's a passive.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean. I mean, you could remove it from the hero and no one would notice. Like, let's say Retaliate didn't, let's say it was bugged and it didn't work. How long would it take for somebody to notice that it didn't work? I bet
you would notice, if it was bugged on heroes. It needs to still work on neutrals, because that is the one thing that Retaliate does, is helps you jungle relatively quickly.
It'd be like 8 months, and then Valve release some patch we fixed Retaliate, and people would be like, oh, okay, cool. So I'm a Centaur hater. I'm a certified Centaur hater. Whatever. We'll see. We'll see if it can pan out. This hero has not lost this tournament, which is a little sus.
Yeah, 4-0.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever
best heroes of the
heard that
tournament
in my life. So suspicious. That's all I'm gonna say. Maybe we need a Centaur inquiry.
Maybe those stats are made up.
Yeah, I mean, did the Centaur really win? You know what I'm saying? Or, but did he just hitch a ride to victory?
Hey, last one we watched, he definitely was a big factor in winning.
Another little freebie.
He is a big factor in winning this laning phase. Yuragi dies again.
I mean, this lane matchup is very good because the double-edged spell damage with low cooldown on PA. It's the exact type of interaction you want. I don't doubt this part. It's how much can you translate? And OG looking to get a numbers advantage gank on Kiyotaka, bring everybody in with the supports.
Yeah, this is what you have to do in this matchup. At some point, you gotta help the Ember Spirit in this 1v1, and they do much better than that. They deliver him not just the kill of the Monkey King, but a kill on Solo, who TP's in. And that just means BZM's going to be able to get level 6, no problem, and
gets Water Rune into Power Rune potentially.
That Water Rune was still there? Wow.
Yeah. This lane was not going that well for Kiyotaka, honestly. He was up in CS, but these lanes are just not panning out how 9Pandas want them to right now. OG finding some cheeky kills and having a pretty good early start means they're in a solid position. They are sacrificing some XP on Seb to make it happen for these cores. He's a panda. As long as he gets earning level 6 eventually, he'll be pretty happy. For now, he's still level 2, pretty weak on the map. BZM's going to rotate with that Arcane Rune, try and get his level 6 off of Ramses here. This is a hard go.
Yeah, got to dive in deep.
Okay. No response here from 9Pandas. No TP on Solo, and they didn't want to commit an Antares TP or anything because they want to keep pressuring the Phantom Assassin.
Did they make that move because they saw, like, Solo TP mid?
Yes, I think so.
And then they're like, okay, well, nobody can save Ramses bottom.
A pretty smart heads-up play by BZM. Anytime he can get farm off the map without engaging in the one-on-one versus Kiyotaka, OG are super happy. You're looking at the net worth here. Ember's ahead of the Monkey King. This mid-matchup did not turn out how they wanted it to. You're gonna have to make up for it elsewhere with potentially a kill on MC with some flak, and yeah, that'll do it. Yuragi running for his life. He stayed up here for a decent amount of time, however. And again, what he got out of this lane is not looking too bad. They're gonna bring the Panda in. I mean, that's a level 3 Panda. Not the biggest threat here.
Is this really gonna stop MieRo? We'll see. The Cold Feet is probably gonna latch thanks to the slow from Seb. Gives some extra time, but with 10 stick charges and a Lotus, you're not bringing down this Centaur. Fortunately, Seb is able to get out of the way before the Monkey King arrives.
That's a dead rotation for Kiyotaka. He got cut on the tree with the Slight.
Nice pickup from BZM. Reveals him with the Slight and then cuts the tree with that same action.
Oh, they're kiting this out beautifully.
Jump bomb off the Spirit. He dodges the damage with the Trickery, but it's not good enough. MieRo will manage to TP back to his tower, but it does leave MC still in this 1v1, and Ramses wins that, even though the wall was used. Barely manages to get that kill.
Tried to man up. Duelist gloves paying off here for Ramses early. Takes the one-on-one and wins it versus MC.
That is literally the difference between having a neutral item and not. Because Darkseer didn't have one.
It's a good neutral item. It's a lot of early damage. You're not having it here, and it makes the difference. Put Ramses in a really nice spot. Now, this is a Gyro who's coming out ahead on lane, so it's going to be a very different trajectory for Ramses. And if he can get the stacks, which he got none of last time, you remember all those got stolen, and there's some big ones here. This could turn into a very strong Gyro game, which is what you want in this matchup. And there's not a lot to dissuade him outside, you know, the wall back, the Brewmaster tossing it up, the A ult getting changed in when you don't have the Dispel. Outside of that, you're looking pretty good.
This is going to be very different situation from game one. See whether or not it has the same outcome, as the Tombstone is going to be taken down eventually by MC and Kitrak. Solo doing what he can against 4 heroes, but eventually he will fall. Yuragi no longer wanting to go up to that top lane. They'll put pressure on the enemy safe lane here, but Ramses wants to defend this.
This is a defense.
Oh, this is beautiful. He's going to let him dive into the tower a little bit, catch him with the ultimate. It will at least kill the Ancient Apparition and send the rest of OG packing.
That is not a TP OG probably expected. They assumed 9Pandas were going to vacate this lane after they bring everybody down here. Ramsey says, no, not today. I have done way better this game than last one. I'm going to keep my towers up, maintain map control, get to those stacks later in a better position. Early Chris is also going to help him take these early fights. And again, the support levels for OG, you just don't have these big ultimates, which is what this support duo wants right now. That is their unlock for the team fight.
Yeah.
Why is this guy always playing the dark, man? Get him a lamp. Not good for the eyes. I know he's young, but playing in the dark ages you fast. See, Seb, he's got good lighting. I'm telling you, these older players all got good lighting, man. These young guys.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Look at how bright Solo's room is. Look at how... Those are the lights of a 40-year-old right there. Booming bright. Can see it all. Damn. Woo. Looks a little smoky or something, man. They got a fire going? Or
I have heard this before. When you are you're at a LAN, sometimes there are disagreements about your team room and
mandatory,
the light level.
Yeah. There's light
Did
level.
you ever have that on your team?
Temperature.
Seating
arrangement. Yeah, I mean, there's always some guy who wants to play in the dark. Some guy who like turns his monitor 60 degrees some other direction. It's like reflecting on you, glares you up. Some other guy needs perfect temperature in the room. MSS always needed a fan on his hand on his mouse to cool it down.
Really? That's
not an exaggeration. Ramses is going to get out with Stampede here. And Kiyotaka didn't get the message. He's going back in.
And he is right to go in.
Yeah.
He's got the backup of the Rubik. They're scared of Kiyotaka, as they should be. Even though he had a shield rune on the Ember Spirit, he has vacated their residence.
I mean, Centaur is doing his job right now, which is to be an immovable object up here that OG can't go into, and it's forcing them to rotate the only other place they can on the map, which is bottom, to try and get that tower down and open up space. 9Pandas holding the line. It's going to prove very valuable over the next 5 or 6 minutes here. They're going to get a lot of map control out of this, as well as the wards. The Radiant Observers see the whole map right now. Rotations are pretty free for Kiyotaka if he can line them up with this Tombstone going into the fights. I'm surprised OG are playing this aggressive. These are not the easiest kills for BZM.
But in some ways, it feels like you have to, right? With the way the Centaur is taking up that part of the map.
Yeah, he's just trying to make space or create some sort of chaos right now. Distract from the fact that you have a PA in the jungle. Just the supports for OG are paying the price because you create a situation where you become overextended.
What a great steal there. Ion Shell puts it on the Monkey King.
That's a great steal. Really good steal this game. Exactly what you're looking for. You have a great team to use it, and you have great heroes to use it against in the Ember and the Phantom Assassin. And the stacks, well, Ramses, he didn't get any last game, but he's going to be in heaven here.
That puts him already 500 net worth above the PA. And it'll only grow as his timing for the Battle Fury for Yuragi is slowed down. Oh man, Kiyotaka fights
Why are we watching?
behind this
Go
tower.
back to the stack. I don't care if someone kill mid, man. I want to watch him kill. Oh,
he's about to
that's nice. What are we?
Oh, we're about to get all the last hits on
to get all the dragons.
Oh yeah.
That's what we like to see right there.
A little farm and chill going on the desk here.
I mean, this
nice
he's
light
fine.
change.
He's fine. Glad we saw the
Seb
action.
is not fine, nor is BZM. See, now you got him all. Now you got him all messed up. You promised the Observer he was gonna be fine.
Chat's so mad right now.
That's a T-Tours on Avery.
That was on me.
That was 100% on you.
They could have multi-cammed it.
You told them he was gonna be fine. They trusted. You're the analyst.
Radiant are
He
We're
was
supposed to be able to trust your judgment.
spiritually fine, as that was a death that he expected.
What, you think he died? He was namaste?
Pure Zen, baby. That's how you play a spirit hero. Straight back into the action. Now he's taking it to the monkey. Echo up for Kiyotaka. I mean, he's pretty strong here, and the AL's going to miss hitting the next game over.
Always that boundless strike, though. MieRo's going to jump in. Oh, bop, 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 bop. Huh?
He was trying to bait the slight
Yeah.
and then stun him after.
And then he double-edged the creeps.
Stolen wall.
Stolen wall.
Got to throw him through the wall.
Create a couple illusions here. Slow him down.
Looked pretty good. It's like
Take
some
his
lightsaber
neutrals.
action, dude.
Take his neutrals.
The blue.
Yeah, he got one of them.
Do you like the blue wall or the green wall more?
Green wall is pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
Green's my favorite color.
That's not true. You just made it up. Kiyotaka's going to have to ult right now, and now they land the stomp.
Nice stomp. Holds in BZM enough to be able to get the
Remnant.
stacks of Jingu, and yeah, he's totally out of Remnant.
Sev just ran into this monkey ult as well.
Yeah, he was hoping he came in to be able to dispel out the Jingu, and maybe he did that, but it didn't really matter. The damage is done. BZM dead. Kitrak.
I'm surprised OG are getting sucked into these fights. This is not when their lineup is capable of taking these 5-on-5s.
Kills here, man. OG, maybe they got into their heads after that game one. You know, they stomped over the laning phase so hard. They're playing like it's the same thing. Playing active, playing straight into 9Pandas' hands here.
Yeah, this is getting out of control very fast in the last few minutes.
Nice chains, lands on MieRo. Little bit RNG there. BZM does get it. Meanwhile, bottom Yuragi dies. He tries to go for the kill on Ramses. They don't land the Ice Blast either. Good heads up by Ramses, knowing that was coming from Kitrak. Dodges out of the way. Kiyotaka, godlike already.
It's such a fast game from 9Pandas all of a sudden. It's just blown open. But I can't help but feel like OG are giving it to him, right? They're taking the skirmishes. They're not splitting the map. They're not letting the PA get farm. They're making very aggressive moves into the fights, into the core kills onto Ramses multiple times here. If they'd waited for like 1 or 1.5 items on all their heroes, I think those fights go better for them. But right now, if you look at the EHP on 9Panda's side, it's hitting a really good power point right now because you have this tanky Monkey King backed up by Stampede.
He's out of mana.
He just doesn't have remnants ever. They are so
he
expended.
almost died to that stolen Ice Blast.
That's a nice pickup as well, right? This is just where Centaur shines. He has 2,000 HP right now, and it's all spell damage trying to cut through it. Ooh, no really street cut.
Light cut again. He's pulling that off a number of times. MC, maybe you shouldn't have taken the time to tip your ally here because you guys are in trouble. Double stunned into double edge. That final one, not quite enough, and MieRo is going to be a bit low here. Trying to limp away, Kitrak. Oh, that final tower shot was just enough. 690 gold.
Damage is getting done, though. This is severe economic damage right now, and even the extra HP from the Undying with that Pavis early from solo, doing a lot. Like this, the earlier you pick up that item, it's not when we see a lot, but in these types of fights, it makes a huge difference, especially when you just rush it like this. Solo is he's taking matters into his own hands. He waits for nobody here. This is gonna take a little bit here. My estimation is probably 4 or 5 minutes. That's why they call him
now
solo.
you guys are going to show up after I did all the work.
Classic core gameplay.
Yeah.
If I'm solo, I just perma-click the sages.
Do you have the same philosophy with Aegis as you do last hits?
Yeah. You gotta fight me for that. Yo, Ramses, you want the sages? You better out-click me, son. You're like 15 years younger, so you better win. OG, again, OG are looking to fight. I mean, what do they have to fight? They have a Blade Mail Ember and now they have a mech on Darks here.
Blade Mail and Ion Shell.
Okay, they finished Vessel on Seb as well, so they've got their first set of items.
Runner to Ramses, Ice Blast already.
Okay, that's a great angle. Just found him for free.
Now, they do have that Aegis still on Kiyotaka, so 9Pandas.
No tombstone for 5.
You gonna fight this at all? MieRo's cutting over, so is Kiyotaka. Nice stomp. Jump in from MieRo. Great initiation by him that sets up the follow-up from Kiyotaka to take out 2.
Took a while.
Apparition, Dark's here dead. Seb's gonna hop over the trees to get out, and BZM will TP away. Once again, no mana left.
Those reinforcements.
Radiant's bottom tower
Once they're there,
is
that's
under
not a
attack.
fight. But OG, they find Ramsey's on the gyro that was getting out of control in terms of the farm rate. It's going to slow this game down a bit while the PA catches up. Seb looks like he'll walk this.
Yeah, wait for the oh, the Desto is coming in.
He will not walk it off.
He gets the Desto and then immediately gets a charge on it. That's going to be pretty nice. He's going to lose his Aegis here, though.
Buyback from
Rubik was
OG.
trying to help him out. Is going to be in some trouble as well. BCM, though, is met by Ramses. Already losing a lot of HP. BCM has to jump out. Ice Blast does land on Kiyotaka. Immediately pops the ult to try and protect himself and push OG back. But the Vessel is on him. The Ice Blast is on him. He's trying to TP out and will be successful. He's good.
Yuragi almost went for that, but Wukong way too strong here. This Vessel from Seb has done work in these fights. You wear him down with A Blast plus Vessel. It's double the anti-healing. Throw a Vortex down. You can't move, and you're just burning in the Cinder. More stacking for Ramses. He's decided this is a bit easier than trying to take those fights, and I agree with him. Did get the buyback out of Seb, so I'm going to slow him down a bit. Still, it's Yuragi picking up a lot of the gold out of that exchange, which is exactly what OG want. Right now, they're just playing 4 utility and a PA. Not a bad recipe for success, as we've seen in this tournament so far. So they don't need much net worth on a lot of their heroes. They just need the PA to be big enough to output the damage. And this Ember A combo is an old OG classic. You may not remember it, but they were actually running this in some of their old squads for a reason. The Chains is one of the best low CD setups for this hero, and Vortex, Cold Feet, Chains, a lot of long-range poke, a lot of anti-healing. You can just slide him down over time. Quick pickup on Seb. That's going to be his dieback, so longer on the clock. Look who's top of the net worth chart.
Solo wanted a chance to be able to take the 21-minute Wisdom Rune away. Ends up dying to Yuragi. Yuragi is going to be fine as he jumps away from MieRo. Zombie's still chasing after him, I suppose, but there are reinforcements. BZM's here.
Missed. What do you miss it on, man?
And it does. They are going to have to give up that Wisdom Rune, and they're going to lose Kitrak as well as Kiyotaka just looking for more and more. Those Deso charges going to be racking up quick with the way that these supports have such a hard time being in this game against the Monkey King. He was so farmed.
They're going to be the sacrifice. OG's going to sacrifice a lot of the support and even their mid laner here in BZM's net worth just to get this PA to where she needs to be. It's going to be frontline duty for BZM with the early Blade Mail into the Maelstrom. But it's not a bad Ember game, right? Like,
this should make
unless you land the chain stun on him, even then he might not get bursted until his gyro has a bunch of slots.
Yeah, they don't have the longest disables.
Right. So I feel like he can play this frontline role pretty reliably.
Yeah.
Especially if he's chaining up the Centaur or the Monkey, for example.
I mean, it would definitely be really reliable if Kiyotaka wasn't so far ahead.
That would help, yeah.
He should be. Battle Fury, BKB done. So Yuragi is going to be a much more dangerous force in these fights.
You want to make it in the Wukong. That's your goal.
Yeah.
Lock these OG heroes in the Wukong's command. You get the armor for the Monkey. He's tankier, and you get a better setup team fight around the Tombstone. Can't bleed too many of these kills out. I mean, a few are going to happen no matter what. It's just, you're going to play for these next Roshans and make sure your advantage is intact for that fight. Because OG are probably going to be willing to take that. Especially if the PA can get to another item here. Their Roche fight is no joke. Dark's here, Vac Wall into Cinder Brew with A Blast, and Vortex is running on top, right?
Yeah. Kiyotaka's still running on a big kill streak, right?
Yeah, I don't think
he
it's
still have the godlike?
No, I think it's 5 or 6 right now.
Okay. Either way, he's worth a lot if they can kill him. Stolen Slight for Antares as he holds this mid tower. But OG, if the game slows down, they're probably pretty happy. They have the top net worth on the Phantom Assassin, even if the Gyrocopter and Monkey King are just behind him.
It's all about OG getting this PA timing, contesting the next big objective. You can get the Deso up on Yuragi and take that fight with it. That's a game-winning fight if you can make it land. 9Pandas, they want to be the aggressors. They want to be the ones starting the fight with Hoof Stomp into the Wukong Tombstone. Locking OG in a pit of hell.
BCM breaking the smoke, gets away to the Remnant, but Antares does spot Kitrak. Missile, it's on its way. The TP is not going to complete. MieRo and Kiyotaka were both ready to go.
Huh? I think he slight lifted him there.
He might have, though he also has the Aether Lens, so his range is pretty far.
This is something nice you can do with this hero, though. Seb wants to take the fight.
Interesting.
Gonna try and set it up. Beta clump out, perhaps, for a big vac, but these pandas are not a big threat.
No, they're not. They're dying fast. He needs to get that Earth One out of here. No, he doesn't in time. It dies. Immediately receiving a tip from Kiyotaka.
BCM getting chased on the backside of this with a homing missile. Eventually got killed. It's going to cost him some remnants, probably. We've seen the remnants be a problem for him this game.
Right now, he's got... He hasn't gotten rid of the missile and doesn't even get a chance to jump to that remnant.
Well, that didn't look right.
No, that was not the finest.
It's not the finest spell casting we've seen out of him, no.
Yeah.
He's had some remnant trouble this game, that's for sure. Still looking for the Deso. Might be all that matters. Not much else is going right for OG in the last 5 or 6 minutes here. Also just an awkward fight start from Seb. It's like he wanted to fight there, but the rest of the team was pretty slow in getting there, and Yuragi definitely doesn't want to go to that fight. Maybe just feeling like, okay, we'll use a Brawl here, see what happens, and, you know, there's no Roshan to get, so it'll be back up for that contest. Could see the idea. Maybe you get a mistake out of 9Pandas, but they are ready to take the fight, especially with the early pipe on MieRo.
Yeah, you're definitely not winning that engagement.
No.
Not against BKB Monkey King, which he has yet to use.
I'm going to try for BZM.
Found this strike, then to follow up with the Centaur stun. I mean, they don't have the longest disables, but with the damage, how far they are ahead in net worth, it doesn't take very long to kill BZM.
That's insane that MieRo didn't host stop him.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, he just went for the double edge?
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that.
Bolder move than I would have made. That works out, and that'll be the Deso finish for the PA. 9Pandas got a pretty good chunk of net worth lead out of this period. And of course, Ramsey's still cranking towards that MKB here. Having a much better game than he did last time. And he's even hitting high ground without an Aegis. Pretty good sign for 9Pandas. Feel confident enough doing that versus the long-range poke. At least getting OG back in their base. Always have Stampede to bail you out. Nice tool for the monkey.
What I appreciate about this game, too, is the fact that 9Pandas stuck to their ideas. Maybe they altered them a little bit. There was definitely a focus on the laning phase, but they could have looked the fools, right? And been like, oh, you gave PA twice and then lost this, you know.
Oh, there's still time.
Hey, there is still time to lose, but this is a game that can be won, right? They show that their strategy can work out.
To be fair, though, I feel like a lot of the PA games we've seen in this tournament were also games that should have and could have been won. Yeah. And then there's a PA in the game. Yeah. And that's why the hero's valuable. That is one of the biggest things it has going for it, is no matter how much gold you're down, if you get the slots on the Phantom Assassin, it can win you the game.
Harpoon pulling back in. BCM hit by the telekinesis. Going to be chained it. He's dead. MC dumps what we can with that vacuum, but it's not nearly enough. Yuragi tries to jump in, but immediately the Ghost Scepter from Antares, it's going to save him for now. Maybe the pipe is going to help out against that Ice Blast. Yuragi jumps on him again, but Antares uses another jump to be able to get away from the PA. He still ticks out with the Ice Blast, but still, smooth moves. Yuragi, all that commitment just to be able to kill a hero to four-step the missile. It still connects in the end. And Yuragi, he's definitely going to be thinking about that fight and how he used a BKB jump so much of his time to commit onto a Rubik.
That Ghost Scepter Rubik with a blink. And that's a tough ask. Wukong didn't do great things for 9Pandas there. It just doesn't matter. There's no real damage coming out of OG right now. You can't lock him in some like really good wall vortex. And the way that fight starts, especially with your Ember going down instantly, I mean,
yeah, that's
what
the
are you
other
doing
damage
there?
dealer, right?
Exactly. That's just a free fight for 9Pandas off a good initiation. No bailout from OG. There wasn't any save that came through for BZM, and he even bought for that. So his net worth is completely out of this game now. Not much to bail him out outside that back mech. MC was there. Just too much burst damage. A ult is also just going to miss the gyro and only hit the Rubik. And the blink strike here definitely confused him. I mean, who do you even go on now, right? You're just way too committed.
Yeah, you can't. Like, you don't have the damage to blow up the gyrocopter. The Monkey King gets off the ultimate.
What is that?
You can force staff missile.
Yeah, but it goes past him?
Yeah, well, I think the angle was, like, off.
How can homing missile go past its target?
Were you asking, like, like in the lore?
Is that actually like if it's in the middle of the force staff, can it not hit the guy?
Possibly.
That's pretty weird. I don't think I've ever seen that. It looked awkward. Lore-wise, it's unacceptable.
That's true.
DD. He needs a DD. Take him above Rubik here.
He needs a lot.
It's been a struggle of a game.
Jump in immediately. BCM, just so little time. All of a sudden, just like Monkey King and Centaur both pop out. He does live, yes, but every single time, you said he's playing to frontline to be able to create space for the Phantom Assassin, but it feels like he just has to immediately jump back to a Remnant at the slightest threat.
I mean, that was working about 15 minutes ago when he had Blade Mail.
Yeah.
It's 30 minutes now and he has Blade Mail. So, you know, he's almost below solo. Look, there's a lot of things that go on in Dota, but if your net worth is below solos, it's time to pack it up, boys.
Now look at you, Seb.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Well, he's a support, man. That's acceptable.
He's too old.
He's so old.
Nullifier next for Kiyotaka.
Run into Yuragi.
Yuragi, but Yuragi jumps up to the high.
You got to play the long-range poke game here for your OG. Play for the high ground defense, for the PA late game hold. Ags, Nullifier, Divine, probably what you're looking here if you're Yuragi, and you need kind of all of it. If you win one of those high ground fights, this game can switch very fast. It's just getting harder and harder to do it, and it's on 9Pandas to mess up that high ground go or that team fight. Seb's still looking for a second item. He looks like he's opted for the Vlads. That's what I was thinking about last game, man. Vlads for the Phantom Assassin. Always pretty damn good. And also be an aura he can keep in the panda form.
If his pandas stay alive.
If his pandas stay alive, yeah.
The way that Ramses is ramped up his own net worth and damage.
Yeah, that's
Pretty easy to clear through those things. If he's inside Wukong's command and he's getting flat cannoned.
This matchup goes both ways. If you can toss the gyro, you're pretty happy.
Yeah.
If the gyro's on the ground, he disintegrates your Brewlings. This is a great gyro matchup in general. And you get extra MKB value here, right? You're just hitting all the evasion on OG side, whether it's the Ignited Brew with his evasion or the PA. So Ramsey's item build this game is pretty damn easy. And he's cruising. He's also just taking those max stats. So the upside of gyro in this matchup is when you're ahead like this, you can get the early evasion. You're a tanky hero to go into.
Yeah.
This hero gets a lot of HP while still being able to itemize for the offensive capability in terms of the DPS. That makes you difficult to go in. He has very high base armor as well. So in theory, you're a hard target to jump for the Phantom Assassin.
When you're in.
Of course.
Can 9Pandas break the high ground, though? Because this is all fine, well, good. Like, okay, they're winning. Fights are hard for OG. But if you can't actually end the game, then we go back to the but PA. Which I feel like their lineup isn't too bad at it, right? Centaur sits in the front. They can commit a Wukong's command if they want to. Just like own the area, take the objective, back away.
I don't think Centaur's ever sit in the front this game.
No?
Yeah, that sounds like a death sentence.
You think he's still not tanky enough?
You just get chains, vortex, daggered.
Yeah.
And like, what are you doing on the front line? You're not hitting a building here.
That's true.
Maybe if you want like the heart into armor build, it'd be a bit more reliable here. I think the pipe makes it so you're just playing support right. Support the monkey, support the gyro. Make sure you have host stomp up the land when OG go in. Keep them alive.
Daedalus and 38 seconds. A 9Pandas gonna dare it.
Question mark.
Oh.
Kiyotaka not happy about this one. He's like, you have the PA, man. No pausing. It's the trade-off.
Pause for fun?
Yeah, that's right. Seb is having a lot of fun right now.
Is a question, or when are we paused?
I mean, I guarantee you they have them muted, so there's no way OG has seen this.
That's true. So we got a
Words
shard
into
for
the wind.
Seb, for BCM, Aghanim Scepter for Yuragi. Okay, questionable.
Tactical.
BCM Tactical. Okay, I understand. Rules.
He is right. You do have to give a reason.
Yeah.
We've seen some pretty good tactical pauses over the years in Dota. You know, no one likes to talk about it, but there's been some good ones.
Okay. Did you ever...
Tactical pause.
No. Did you ever play in a game and you thought that the opposing team, you don't have to say who, but did you ever kind of think, I think those guys, I think they tactical paused on us?
Yes.
So you think that's a thing that, I'm not saying this situation, but you think
Not
that
an official.
happened? Oh, okay.
In scrims, there were some sus ones. I don't know, man. There's some of these pauses, like you can't tell if they're thinking something or the team's disbanding or something.
Okay.
You know, they pause for you play a Chinese team in a scrim, they pause for 30 minutes. After 20, you're like, yo, can we go? And they're like, argument. That's all they write in the chat. You're like, it's not my problem, man. Those are the good old days.
If anything, you should...
Ooh, that landed.
Ever so barely, but it gets the job done. If anything, you should be pressuring them to go, and because, you know, the more problems they have, they can't hash it out.
Well, everybody
Better
knows
for you.
a good old game of Dota fixes everything. And
Yeah, that's true.
that's just, you just got to keep brute forcing it until it works. Nice
I
little...
mean, we've become much closer as friends due to our party queue games.
Who?
You and me.
Oh, yeah, sure, man.
And of course, we're much better friends with Slacks.
Unfortunately.
Because of that.
They're going to push the high ground here.
Yeah,
No
they're
Aegis
gonna
to do it. This is where your poke comes in. How strong is it if you're OG waiting for MC to come back up? Do 9Pandas want to stay around when the Darkseer respawns? Your Tombstone half duration as well.
Those vortexes are pretty annoying, but they'll get it. Oh, MieRo. He tried to jump on a BCM, but mid-flank, so it doesn't hit the stomp. Kiyotaka actually gets bashed up. The Ice Mod's coming in. Oh, they only need a little bit of damage. He tried to get some help there from Antares with the telekinesis throwback. Not good enough.
He's
Oh,
stunned.
and Ramses can't TP away. And there's the turnaround. If you do not play that high ground perfectly, you are playing into a PA.
And they're even going to get some of the supports here. Solo being hunted by MC. Though he doesn't have a stun, but Solo just didn't want to TP.
Guess he just assumes somebody else is going to find him. Stun him.
He will accept his old friend death here, and that'll be a gem on top of everything else. That lead, that game that you built up the whole time, you went high ground without an Aegis, and you jumped on OG there, of all things.
Yeah, MieRo.
I talked about the Centaur not wanting to frontline.
Yeah.
That's why you go in with the Centaur, you're just giving OG the exact fight they want, which is they can burst him down with all the minus armor, you're stuck in a vortex, you're never getting really back out here without paying a price, and it was Kiyotaka going in with him. I mean, sure, your Centaur walks it off, but now there's no counter initiation, he had to use the Lotus on himself. It's just not a good setup. You're giving the counterplay to OG when you go in like that, and that's what they want to have happen. If some of those stuns land, maybe it's a different picture, but you're giving them the chance to outplay you. And, well, Seb outplayed you. Welcome to the club. It's a good club. There's a lot of people in it. You're like, this guy's too old. He's not going to get the split off.
You and who else?
I guarantee you, before I answer, I guarantee you Kiyotaka was like, there's no way he's splitting my strike. Watch this, guys. And guess what? He split the strike. That's bowling for you.
Who else is in the get owned by Seb club?
I mean, 90% of Dota players, let's be honest.
Yeah.
All of them hate it too.
Slight chains, a perfect opportunity for Yuragi to jump in. There is no tension in this team fight. Go away, Tsunami. First it was Mira, now it's Tsunami. What's bothering us while we're casting, Avery?
It's because it's the PA show, man. 20K gold lead, gone in a few minutes.
Okay, you put an emphasis on the Aegis. You went high ground without the Aegis.
Yeah.
So, do you think they should have gone high ground earlier
is under attack.
Or do you think they should have waited for second Roshan? Both
yeah.
are dangerous, right?
I think they should just choke the map and gotten that like second or third Roche. Go high ground with your Aegises here. Your best chance to win the game.
Do you think it's okay to keep drawing the game out?
Well, I'll put it
Against
this way.
PA?
If you are in that position and you don't think it's okay, then you didn't ban the right hero.
Oh, that's fair. Nice vacuum. Pull them out of the Wukong's command. Makes it a little spooky for 9Pandas.
You can only let a hero do so much to you in terms of how you want to play the game. And if PA is going to dissuade you from playing a pretty standard gyro game where you're accelerating the gyro with stacks off a good laning phase into Roshans and going high ground with the Aegis, which is what this hero is designed and supposed to do, then what the hell are you doing giving PA in the second phase in the first place?
That's a good point.
So that's what I go back to, right?
Fear
I don't have an
is the
issue.
mind killer.
Exactly.
And you know what the problem
Exactly.
is, Avery? They
What?
don't have no fear.
That's right. They kicked him at the wrong time. But it's coming back to bite him.
Kiyotaka once again forced to use the BKB. A little bit of a reset here from OG. Seb is going to find his Brewlings being hunted by the Pandas. And not all of them are going to be found, at least.
I mean, he
not
can cancel any time. He's just baiting him out here, setting up the fight. And it's time to go back in. Back on 4.
Beautiful vacuum. Ice blast over the top of things, too. 9
You're gone.
Get obliterated.
You're absolutely gone there. Oh, MC, you did him dirty. And that is all Seb just baiting out the fight. He can resummon that at any time. There is no threat on him. And you overextended. And you gave OG an opening in this game, and the Phantom Assassin took it and ran away with it. Beautiful vacuum into the A ult, into the Cinder. Everybody's hit with it. Nobody can heal, and BZM just cleaves them up. He's fully recovered in this game.
Have you ever seen that before? Kitrak blinked into melee range to get off the Ice Blast, to get it off sooner?
This kid's next level, man.
That is super weird and next level, I guess.
Makes sense. You don't want it sitting there flying out slowly.
Yeah.
And you've done your job.
Hey, just jump in the middle of them, double tap it, you instantly die, but...
Interesting approach
Cool, yeah.
to the backline ranged hero ancient apparition.
Yeah, that's a Techie's blast-off idea of Dota right there.
I like it. Very creative. And this is going to be a Roshan that was supposed to be 9Pandas in this game.
Oh, it's switching sides.
Oh, they got the Ags
Yeah.
out of that. Maybe they let that happen?
Yeah, they wanted the Ags.
Is it actually better, though?
Then Refresher for Darkseer with double wall and such. I mean, they're kind of the same thing because Punch is going to give you an illusion.
Sure.
It's also, I mean, it's pretty mana intensive nowadays to...
I mean, the extra value of being able to eat it, it's pretty good here, too. I would have been okay with either, though. It's a really good shard lineup for OG. Like, double vac walls. I don't know what you're doing versus that. I guess you can sit in your Wukong and get your flak, but nobody's healing.
Oh, he just... Huh? Where's the Aghanim Scepter? Is it on Darkseer?
That's his.
Yeah, so who grabbed the Aghanim Scepter from Roshan?
Yuragi.
It's also not showing.
Is it? Oh, he just
Like, he
didn't
just
eat
hasn't
it?
used it.
Okay, so Yuragi ate his. And MC's just holding the Ag's synth. Whatever you want to call it. He's just waiting, you know. He's just waiting for the right opportunity.
Okay.
He's going to punch it in before he punches you out.
So what, in case he right-clicks somebody else? And then he could pop it in immediately to right-click a second person?
That's
Is
right.
The right illusion that he wants?
He's got a special delivery just for Ramses. Saving it up.
Okay, there
wait.
he goes. Now he's consumed it. I think he just didn't realize.
Maybe he
that
just
had used
forgot.
it. That was so weird.
It's one of the stranger things I've seen, but I'm sure he had a reason.
I don't think he had a reason at all. I think he just forgot it was there.
How do you forget
Scanning.
you
There's a
took
lot
an
of
Ags out
information in
Roche?
Dota. I think my reason is much more likely. You know what? Maybe the panel can ask him in the post-game interview.
Radiant's turret has been killed.
I mean, maybe they were debating who to give it to, too. You never know.
Yeah, that's possible.
They could have been debating giving it to BCM here. Like, Ags Ember's not too shabby either. Little poke, no crits. Okay, I mean, that looked pretty good for Kiyotaka.
Attack.
Not getting credit.
Loss! Well, here you have it, folks. OG have forfeited in this game. He did not crit him, and he said, I'm out of here. That's bullshit.
Can't get a crit.
Except I blinked on this guy, and he didn't instant disappears. Is my game working correct? I gotta restart, man. I gotta restart. Something's not right.
This PA isn't working like it usually does.
He's adjusting his eyesight, too. I must be seeing this wrong. Didn't see any red numbers pop up. Is my screen working?
Can 9Pandas still win this game?
Well, I could say yes. Would you believe me?
Not really. I mean, not unless you give really thorough analysis.
Technically, you can always win any Dota game.
Do they have more than a 5% chance?
Yeah, I mean, if
Dota
OG
Plus says it's
throw,
14%.
if OG go deep in the base, they throw and they get stuck in Wukong, the monkey is still pretty strong. It's a okay monkey game outside of like the Brewmaster tossing you up. If Seb can land it, it can be tough into the later Wukong ring. And the AA Blast. The AA Blast is really what kind of cements the scale here for OG, right? You have two carries on the side of 9Pandas that are pretty dependent on lifesteal. In fact, Ramses didn't even go Satanic this game because he's afraid about it.
Yeah.
Without the lifesteal, the scale for 9Pandas is just way worse for the monkey and the gyro here. So that's a big factor too. If you can find Kitrak, you open up those fights, maybe you can start to take him a bit better here. Oh, does he know Yuragi's here?
Yeah, he's somewhere around
Well,
here.
now he
After all,
knows.
saw the surge, but the dagger, oh no! He couldn't get out in time. Yuragi is going to be able to find him in the trees.
Didn't get him.
Maybe before the Centaur's
All right, he
done,
got him.
and they do manage to get that kill. Triple dagger chasing after him. And there's
blink
that
blast.
forward with the ice blast. They see Antares, and BZM is going to pounce on him. A second hero down. Ramsey's down to half health after a big crit from Yuragi. Not going to chase in too deep, though, as you said. That could be the way they throw this game away.
Yeah, but the monkey has no buy. OG don't know this. Kiyotaka bought out to try and survive that PA burst. He did survive it for about the longest we've seen anybody survive it.
Radiant's bottom
There was just no turnaround.
Well, Seb has made the call. He pops the primal split. He says, this is go time.
barracks are under attack.
I mean, for sure you push it here until you have monkey buy, or you're taking everything. No reason to back off. You still have an Aegis for a minute and cheese in Yuragi's pocket.
Has fallen.
There's nothing to stop that going off.
I mean, even if they're thinking about delaying this until the Aegis expires, the damage is so intense.
Ooh, he got split.
Oh, okay.
Radiant's
That's
middle
something.
barracks
Seb is too old. He'll be able to I mean, you can toss
Radiant's middle
the PA up or the Darkseer, try and take the fight 5-on-4 when your monkey respawns here for the last racks, potentially.
Heart complete for the Centaur.
Radiant's
Oh, you're going to need a lot more HP than that, I think.
Found Seb. How the hell did he end up
like
there?
this? Yeah, he just kind of walked in like that. Yuragi jumps in against 5 heroes. The vacuum ice blast, though. Seb, once again, it's all set up. It's all bait. He gets them to all just group up around his corpse, and then the Shredder comes through.
Kiyotaka back.
The PA vacuum.
Pretty good Wukong.
25 with the Wukong's command, an opportunity perhaps. Yuragi disappears to get the Abyssal Blade on him, trying to blink away, trying to go for some lifesteal, heal up a little bit, gets the first step away, and he jumps back into it, wipes out 9Pandas. That's it.
Okay. I think we're done. I think we're done with this hero for a bit. I mean,